mission field with the track stars Ryan Righteous and Sean Tanner.
Alright, you in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. We got boy Wonda on the phone. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Just blessed. Just prepping for the new year and just working, man. Just grinding and putting in the work. So just enjoying time with family, you know, just had Thanksgiving. So doing really good right now, man. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. Hey, boy, this is Ryan Righteous, man. You and I actually met at Flavor Fest, man. I was the one getting your information and saying, hey, I'm going to call you, but we couldn't do the interview that night because I was a little under the weather.
That's cool, man.
But, yeah, man, how did you feel, man, rocking Flavor Fest this year? How was that for you?
Man, it was dope. I go every year. I've been going the last 2-3 years, and I try to make it my duty to go every year. And because, you know, there's always new information that you can obtain and gain from. So the workshops are incredible. So that's what I really go for, you know, to obtain knowledge and just apply it to my ministry and just, you know, bring it to life and see how I can do better to help my community and the people around me. And so I love it, man.
Okay. Now, you weren't by yourself, man. You had the crew with you. Who all did you have with you?
I had the whole crew, the whole Real Word Records crew, Lil Prophet, Triple D, and Rio, and, of course, the VP of the label, Pastor Kelsey. And so we had the whole crew in the building.
Yeah, man. I saw it, man. You guys look real deep, man. Real official.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I look at, you know, unity, you know, that expresses strength. So, you know, there's strength in numbers. So, you know, the more you have, the more you can do. You know, the more you'll be able to impact. So,
how did you guys? I'm sorry. How did you guys
cool.
all come together, man?
Oh, man, I met them. When I first started was back in 2006. I was in the group DFSB, the Fully Submitted Boys, and I was in the group for maybe about 3 years. And, like, by 2009 is when I encountered them. But, of course, you know, through the years going to different events, we were always running to each other. So, honestly, they were watching me, man, and I didn't know it, you know. They was checking me out to make sure, you know, I was legit and about who I was and what I was saying and representing. So, by 2009, I actually did a show down there at Future Fest and, you know, chopped it up with the VP of the label for a minute. And after that, you know, they approached me and was like, hey, we would love to have you aboard. We would love to sign you. And so in 2010, we made it official, and I dropped my first single, Put 'Em in Your Air. And it hit nationwide, and it did really well. It was actually on the #1 syndicated radio station, Jam the Hype. So that's really how we got started. You know, we knew each other a little bit, you know, but we didn't go into deep detail until like 2009. And 2010, we just made it official, man, and been with them ever since.
Boy, Wanda, this is DJ Jeremiah of the Track Stars, man. I didn't get a chance to go down there with the fellas to check you out and stuff. Hearing great news about you and everything. My question is, man, like, what is it like to be a part of Real World Records? You know what I mean? What is it like? Like, you know, as they drawn you, as they was watching you, and then you got with them, what was that like after you signed with them? What's the process been like? Like, you know, how everything been on a label with Little Prophet and stuff?
It's been great, man. I don't take it for granted at all. You know, I look at for somebody to even allow me to be a part of their vision. That's a huge step in itself. That's showing selflessness, you know. That's, hey, you know, it's not about me, but I'm willing to branch out as a brand, as a whole, and it's really like a family, man. At the end of the day, and that's what I pray for, and that's what I look for. It's like, okay, Lord, I'm kind of nervous about stepping out. I don't know the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know, I'll just trust you, and I'll just be obedient. And the outcome was, you know, magnificent, and I'm glad I did, or I never would have been a part of something, you know, that's great and epic. So it's been a great journey, and definitely learning a lot of things, and just trying to expand the brand and the label, and just really show people who we are. You know, it's kind of hard within this industry to make an impact, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to impact not only the industry but also the community, and that's what I love about it. It's not just on the music tip, but it's on the ministry tip, and so they know how to balance that well, and that's something that I felt that will be a part of me, because that's where I'm at. You know, I love music. To me, it's a tool. It's just bait to help others, and you know, to get closer to Christ. And so, you know, it's just like it was in line with my vision. You know, you if you have the same vision and it aligns together, you know, you can't do nothing but walk on the same path in the journey. And so, you know, that's what I take from it, and that's what really drew me in. So it's been a good experience, man. It definitely has, man.
So after your single has been doing well, like you saying, you put them in the air single. Like, have you released like a EP mixtape and stuff like that? Like I said, I wasn't there, so I don't know if the fellas got a project or anything like that. I kind of missed out. I just want to be included in it. You know what I mean? So
that's cool, man. You know, we definitely got to include you in. Can't leave you out. So, but I dropped my EP Bridge the Gap in actually earlier this year, January 15th. That they can get on iTunes, Amazon. It's everywhere, so you can purchase it. But I dropped the 5-song EP, and Bridge the Gap just stemmed from really bridging the gap for those who don't know Jesus, who doesn't have a relationship with him, be able to show them what love looks like, and just be a reflection of him, and just be that man to stand in the gap for them and to help them through it, versus just saying, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and if you don't do this, then this is the consequences. Yeah, that's true, but it's a way of saying and doing things. So that's what Bridge the Gap stemmed from. And, you know, from my personal things I was going through, and you know, it is just, I like to speak from real life situations. I like to speak on things that I've encountered maybe through other people, you know, that may have not understood or understand what's going on in their life and what they can use, and give them a tool and a solution to help fix it, or to at least help them to embrace it and go through it, versus trying to overlook it, and just, you know, help them build their character and strength. So Bridge the Gap, that's what it stemmed from. That's just was my heart and my prayer that season and that time, and it still is. You know, a lot of the songs that I have was really personal situations. Like, I think my favorite one out of all the songs would be I Still Love You, because it constantly shows me a reminder of I need to love even through affliction, through a pain. You know, I still have to love those who, I have to walk out what I'm saying. And it's just a constant reminder to, okay, I have to still love them, even if they treat me a certain way, even if they give me a dirty look, even if they, you know, decide to just want to go crazy and drag my name through the mud, I still have to love them and show them the love of Christ. And so that's one of my favorite songs that burst through personal situations that I actually encountered and went through.
So, boy, let's go back to some of the beginnings, right? So I heard that you know, went to school for production, audio engineering, things like that. I kind of wanted to know a couple things. What's the history behind your name? How'd you get that? And how'd you get into the production stuff?
Okay. Well, there's no special meaning behind the name. You know, it's just, I was with some friends of mine just clowning around and, you know, just joking, like, yeah, we just gonna call you Boy Wonder, you know what I'm saying? You Robin. I love Batman too, so I used to watch that when I was little, the cartoon series. So, but it's like the more they were joking, the more I was like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. But I knew it was something about that name that it would be great, and so it was something I just couldn't let go of, and I felt I just adopted it. You know, I felt that was a part of me, so I couldn't just let it go that easy and just brush it off and think of something else that really stuck with me. So I just kept it. And as far as back in 2007, I went to first school, and that's the Florida Institute of Recording, Sound, and Technology. I've always been into music. I've always loved music, whether it was, you know, just listening to it or trying to create it. I never thought I would be somebody that would actually create, but I know I love music. So I made a trip in Louisiana to my cousin's back in Shreveport. And when I first seen the studio set up, I was just like, this is it. This is what I want to do. This is it. You know, it's just like love at first sight. You know, something you knew you would just fall in love with. It was just, you just knew that was going to be a part of your life. And so, and just being able to work with him and see how he does things, just, you know, just behind the scenes, just looking at it like, okay, this is exciting, this is new, this is great. I want to do this. So I prayed on it. It took 3 years just for an answer, you know, and so it was just something that I just did my research and my study on, and so that's what birthed me to jump out and wanting to do this as not only as a career, but something I love to do. And so I've always wanted to learn how to use Pro Tools. I've always wanted to learn how can I do things on my own to where I may not have the resources, but at least I can do something that will help me to gain the resources. So I had different friends, you know, they had their own equipment I would go over and use, or different studios I would learn. And so that just kept birthing. I said, okay, you know what? I want to learn how to mix. So that way I ain't got to depend on nobody. I want to learn how to master. I want to learn as much as I could, or as much as I can, so I can be impactful and help somebody else, you know. Because everything we go through and everything we usually do, it's not just for our selfish gain, but it's always to help somebody else and, you know, elevate their platform or their ministry or whatever the case may be. Because, you know, everything you do is to give life to somebody else. And so that was always my aim. So that was something I've always wanted to do and always wanted to learn, because I was always curious about it. And that's what caused me to go to school and to learn and to, you know, be certified. And now I can work wherever. And it's like, it's hard to get a job just off of that, because, you know, people already have their own circles. They're like, no, we good. And so, you know, I just look at, okay, Lord, I use that for my selfish gain, and I'm still using it, and I'm still learning. And so that's what caused me to want to go to school, just, you know, from that situation back in Shreveport, Louisiana. And so graduated in 2008, and the rest is history. You know, I still do my own recording sometimes. A lot of times I go to the Real World Studios lab, and so I just do a lot of things just to keep the knowledge, because if you don't use it for so long, you forget how to use it. So I just want to keep my, you know, my skills sharpened in what I do, and so that's, you know, that's just me. That's what I wanted to do.
That's amazing, man. Being a recording engineer myself, I actually went to myself went to Full Sail in Orlando, Florida, and stuff like that. So I understand what you're talking about when it comes to the recording arts, because if you don't use it, you do end up starting to lose it and losing the knowledge of how to do certain stuff and like that. So that's a godsend that you could record your own music, because some artists don't even know how to record their own music and stuff like that. So they need somebody. Right. So you're kind of like, you got those, you're like a triple threat almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because actually first school was going to be, Full Sail was going to be my first choice. But it just, you know, that actually popped up, you know, shortly after I visited. I did the tour and everything, but I was like, Lord, if it's your way for me to be there, I know you'll make a way for me to be there. And then, you know, somebody told me about this school. I was like, okay, it's less money, and I'm still learning the same thing. So I was like, okay, you know, I prayed on it. I felt more led to go toward that direction, and you know, and I knew it was, and the confirmation was when I was sitting in the office, and, you know, the head owner of the school, he was like, wow. I was like, what's going on? He was like, this is the fastest I ever seen, you know, after a credit check report of being able to get financial aid come back quick as it did. I was like, okay, I know it was meant for me to be here. And I just, you know, moved from there and just kept going.
All right, man. Real quick, give them your Twitter, give them your Facebook, website, whatever you need.
You can follow me on Twitter at BWONDA. That's B Wonda. Also, you can be a part of my family on Facebook, Facebook.com/BoyWonda, BOYWONDA RWR. That's all one word. And I also have a new brand that I'm promoting that I'm actually getting out, and I'll be getting merch created soon for, and that's NGNG, No Grind, No Glory. So you can follow us and be a part of the family on that Facebook page as well, facebook.com/No Grind, No Glory.
All right, man. We appreciate it, man. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Welcome, world. To Bridge the Gap. I pray this.